Hey everybody, welcome to Put It on the Batcard, starring two idiots.
Yeah, the same people who do every other thing you're watching.
Yes, it's your co-hosts Steve and Zach.
I wanted to be Matt Damon this time.
Matt Damon.
Knowing him...
Matt Damon wanted to be Loki.
Yeah, but knowing him, he would actually just... We'd have to give him like $10 and he'd do a guest appearance. Feels like it.
Or a cup of coffee.
Yeah. To play Vanisher.
Yeah. Well, we are back with Put It on the Batcard.
Let's see, what, season 11, episode 57?
No, I think this is season 14, episode number 102. It's our second episode ever, but it's the 14th season of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that one show I watched where all of a sudden it was like season 1, season 2, season 300, episode 100, and I'm like...
It's like every manga ever. All right, so first up, we've got Shang-Chi or Shang-Chi.
Yeah, Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi breaks pandemic record numbers.
Oh, yeah.
Over 90 million domestically for the first theatrical-only release of an MCU movie post-pandemic or post the beginning of pandemic. Mm-hmm. Also, the first official full Phase 4 movie. So even though Far From Home is technically a Phase 4 movie, it's more of a transitional from Phase 3 to setting up Phase 4. So it can really be considered either one.
I think we're on Phase 4.
We are on Phase 4. This is Phase 4.
Yeah, and we're heading to Phase 5.
No, Phase 4. Phase 3 ended with Endgame.
Yeah, we don't have many. My list has the Phase 5 starts really soon. We don't have very many movies or shows or anything.
Yeah, well, Phase 5, or phases tend to last 1 to 2 years. And then they move on to another one because they separate it like acts.
Seasons.
Yeah. But since we're entering into Phase 4, we have shows coming.
Oh.
Yeah. Both movies and shows. So before, when Marvel had their deal with Netflix, and they were broken up into Marvel Movies and Marvel Television, which were two separate companies. Marvel Entertainment, Marvel Television Entertainment. That included your Runaways, that included Legion, that included...
Cloak and Dagger.
Cloak and Dagger. It included all of the Netflix shows, Daredevil, Punisher, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, The Defenders, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Those were all outside of the standard MCU, which could live in a pocket of MCU.
Yeah,
What happened in the MCU affected those. What happened there never touched the MCU.
Yeah, which I think was the worst possible idea ever.
Yes.
Honestly.
Oh, God, yes. But that is over. Marvel Television has been completely dissolved, and everything that has happened is essentially what you would call, in the Star Wars world, the extended universe.
Yeah, but it's all...
or legacy.
Yeah, it's all legacy now.
It never happened. Coulson never came back from the dead, which breaks my heart because I love Coulson.
He never went to Tahiti.
Yeah. But that happened during the show because it actually was the first 2 seasons or 3 seasons happened in the MCU but outside of the MCU, where at a certain point they get removed from the MCU in totality. Even though it brought us some cool stuff like the Darkhold and not even probably, the best Ghost Rider we've ever had.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't exist within the MCU, but going forward, ever since WandaVision, all Marvel shows are MCU shows. Well, we just finished up an MCU show, the third one, which was Loki, which leads us to the multiverse. But we had the multiverse prior to that as well. But in Loki, it's explained that all universes were broken down into the single timeline in order to lead down a single path in order for, and this might be spoilers for some people if you haven't watched Loki, and if you haven't, I'm sorry because you suck.
Yeah, just hurry up and watch it. It's not hard.
Kang the Conqueror, of course, shows up. Not named.
Yeah, it was he who remains one of his variants.
Yes. But he's been known by many names, including the Conqueror.
Yeah. He's been a conqueror, a tyrant, a pharaoh.
Yes. But he broke the multiverse down to a single verse. His death at the end of the show brought about the birth of the multiverse in order to bring multiple Kangs, potentially, which is a storyline from the comic books as well. So it fits.
The Council of Kangs.
Yes. The Time Variance Authority, of course, now controlled by the Kang. But that isn't all we have. So Shang-Chi,
Shang-Chi.
yeah, it's a T, has recently released.
Which we're slacking. We need to watch that.
Yeah, we do. Next up is the Eternals, which in the trailer for that, they explain why he's not, or that the Eternals don't exist with Thanos, because they probably could have stopped him, is the Celestials tell them no. Now, the Celestials, if anyone doesn't know, are basically cosmic gods.
Yeah, they, in canon, have been stated to have created all life. Everything.
Now, what's cool about that is what the potential that it could lead to. Because the particular Celestial that they follow, and his name escapes me at the moment.
Arishem.
Yes.
I do believe.
I think you're right.
Yeah. Big brain time.
He battles at one point, and his death is caused by Galactus at one point. Now, we know how comic books go. Death doesn't pertain unless you're Uncle Ben, Gwen Stacy, or Thomas and Martha Wayne. Every other death.
Or Dead Man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But he was dead before.
Yeah. It's important that he stays dead.
Yeah. But death is, for the most part, temporary in the comic book universe. And it's one of those things that you just get used to over the years, aside from those very few characters that have never come back. And if they have, it's always been an alternate reality version, like Gwen Stacy or Thomas Wayne. Or even Uncle Ben.
Yeah. He came, he came back in Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
From a universe where he got bit by the spider, or got, like, the powers transferred to him, and Doc Ock nuked the entire world.
But after that, we have the Eternals. So in there, they say that they weren't allowed to get involved because of the Eternals, or because of the Celestials. Once that's over, I believe the next show is Hawkeye.
I think we get Spider-Man in No Way Home before we get Hawkeye, but...
No Way Home, I believe, comes out the 22nd of December.
I don't remember when.
Or the 17th.
I was going to say, I have the list of everything. I just didn't write down times.
December 17th.
And then when's Hawkeye come out? Gotta check. He's pulling up the most ancient.
November 24th.
Oh.
I was
Beats
on...
it by...
Beats it by 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So Hawkeye's next, after the Eternals. And the Eternals come out like November 6th, so it's going to be a very busy November and December. Because we've got Eternals, Hawkeye, Spider-Man.
Yeah, but they're not going to, the boys, so it's going to be one episode a week with Hawkeye.
Yeah.
But we get Lucky the Pizza Dog.
We also get Echo and Kate Bishop. And Kate Bishop, they just released photos of her today in her costume. It's purple.
I was going to say, purple tracksuit?
Yep.
They're doing the Fraction run, and I'm excited.
So we've got that. Following that gives us Doctor Strange Into the Multiverse of Madness, which is shaping up to be directly influenced by both Loki, Spider-Man No Way Home, and WandaVision. Because it looks like the Darkhold is going to play a prevalent role in that series, in that movie. From there, now this is new. So there were 4 more films slated. Or 7 more films slated between 2022 and 2023. They just announced 4 more, but they didn't say what they were. They just slated them for late 2023 and 2024. Now, we do know a few of the films that are coming out in 2023, one of them being Deadpool 3. So Deadpool 3 is actively being written right now with Ryan Reynolds involved. So that's actively coming. There's other Fantastic Four is being done as well.
Yeah, the hype after that got announced was
insane.
You could feel it in the air.
But it was it was covertly announced in No Way in Far From Home.
Yeah, but that's just an Easter egg. That's not.
But we're officially doing it.
Yeah.
And then, so after Hawkeye, Doctor Strange, we have Miss Marvel coming next year.
Yeah, you want me, after we get through the last one, you want me to go through the list of all the stuff that seems to be coming out?
Yes, and then I have some news to go along with some of those.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm on top of everything right now. This is my love.
You got the soup?
I do. Oh, Blade was one of those ones in the third unannounced dates announced movie. 4 more with unannounced movies on announced dates.
Interesting.
Yeah. All right, go down the list.
All right, so after that, towards the tail end of Phase 4, we got Thor: Love and Thunder, which I'm excited for that.
Well, we're getting God Butcher in there.
Yeah, which I think is strange. I'm interested to see how they do it. I'm not going to be angry. I'm not going to judge.
It looks like we're getting Thunderstrike as well.
That'd be weird. I want Beta Ray Bill. Give me Horseface. Give me Horseface.
I got the Thor I wanted already.
Yeah, but like reference.
Not referenced, he's there.
Yeah.
He's jumping in a jar.
He said a cameo, one could say.
But now that brings up the whole argument of cameo or first appearance. What's really that?
I would say name, power, and all of the outfit shown. So it turns out Days of Future Present is the first appearance of Gambit.
So you're going to tell me that Mary Jane's hand in a single panel of a single comic doesn't count? She was cameoed for 2 issues and it doesn't count?
Yeah, I think the hand would be a cameo. I think a full appearance would be costume, powers, and name.
Okay, whatever.
But on Phase 5, first on the top of my list, something that'll make you excited, She-Hulk.
Yes. Oh, the She-Hulk is really wrapping up to be cool. Now, if rumors are correct, and Matt Murdock plays, or Charlie Cox as Matt Murdock is Peter Parker's attorney, and that's what a lot of the rumor mills are going along right now, then he is perfectly primed to be a member of She-Hulk's legal team, which we do know that this show is not going to be a action-adventure show, but more of a, I'd say a Law and Order style show.
Yeah, I've heard like funny, like slightly funny, irrelevant legal proceedings and stuff like that, which would be good.
Great. Now we're going to get Charlie Day in there, an expert in bird law. I mean, I'm not mad about it.
Yeah, no, that'd be fun. What? I'll ask later.
No, ask now.
Who do you think he'd play? Who do you think he'd play good at, like in the MCU?
Oh, Charlie?
Yeah. Nightman.
Oh God, yes. No.
Night Mask.
Who would he play well? You know, I'm going to go on a stretch here. Now, it is a little bit of whitewashing to do so, but I think he could play the character well and give him a depth that the comics has missed, and say Forge. I think he'd do a good job at that one, or even. Oh goodness, I can't remember his name, but he's the Morph.
I think he'd be fun as Morph. I'm really honestly surprised you didn't pick the guy. The guy who's always portrayed as being insane and crazy and everything. You didn't pick Fool Killer.
Because I don't think Fool Killer can properly be portrayed in the MCU. As much as I love the character, I don't think he can be in any way, shape, or form.
Do it like the Amazing Spider-Man 2 end scene where you just see sweaty Giamatti in the rhino suit. You just have him stopping Fool Killer, disintegrating people, jaywalking, and littering.
But I just don't think he's actually a character that you can bring into the MCU appropriately.
He's not that important to an overall story in any way, shape, or form. Sadly.
Well, they did bring in a version of him into Jessica Jones, but he was a serial killer versus somebody who believes he's on a mission of righteous justice.
Yeah, you said the same thing twice. Serial killers believe they're in a righteous mission of justice.
No,
there was a serial killer who
only if they're Dexter.
No, there was a serial killer who had to kill people to stop earthquakes in California. He did well. I guess there wasn't any earthquakes that year or something. I didn't look.
But I just don't think he transitions well. I mean, put him in James Gunn's hands and you've got an Academy Award-winning movie.
You've got Weasel too.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, maybe he could show up in a future Thunderbolts or something.
That'd be kind of cool.
I mean, if they did a real Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but S.H.I.E.L.D's dead in the MCU, and now it's Sword. But I digress.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
We've got, next after She-Hulk, we got Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Just on my list overall.
Actually, no. You're missing one that happens in Phase 4.
Huh. Well, what am I missing?
Moon Knight's Phase 4. Comes out next year.
I saw on the list that I saw, I just looked up a list generalized, just to get a list of everything. I don't know when, I didn't look up dates or anything.
So we're going to pull up the Phase 4 graphic. Phase 4, yeah, you are actually right. It ends right there.
Yep, ends at Ragnarok.
It ends
at Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
I digress.
Okay.
The
So,
Shang-Chi was supposed to come out after Eternals did, so I hope that doesn't mess with anything.
I don't think so. They can reshoot. They have tons of time and money.
The movie's already out, and the other one's already done.
Yeah, they'll just move some stuff around. The ending will happen first in the movie. But I think the most interesting thing that I saw, I don't know if it's true or not, because the website didn't look the most well-informed or smart or anything like that. Supposedly Shuri is actually going to go for being Black Panther in the Right of Succession in this one. Overall.
That's a possibility.
It's a possibility. I'm interested in if it happens overall. But next after that, we've got the Marvels.
Now,
Which looks to be Spectrum, Captain Marvel, and Miss Marvel.
oh, and one other that's been announced.
Huh.
Ant-Man. He's joining the Marvels. He's going to be in the movie.
But he's going to be really small, so it's Easter eggs of trying to find him.
But no, he's absolutely going to be in the film.
Interesting.
Yeah.
After that one, I think I've got the weirdest one out of all the movies that are coming out. James Gunn and his weird Dorito-fueled brain. The Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special.
Yeah.
Which will be, from what I heard, in between Thor Love and Thunder and Guardians Volume 3. It comes out around Christmas time, from what I understand.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one.
Do you think they're going to dress up Groot? That's the main.
They're not going to dress him up. They're going to decorate him.
Well, that's what I meant. I don't think
He's going to be carrying
I don't know
garland.
if you can decorate a living thing, though. That it's more like dressing up. After that, we got Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, with, from what I understand and from what everyone's been saying, the first full appearance of Kang.
He is the main villain of that movie. Black Panther is also, since we're going over this and giving some information, Black Panther 2 is rumored to have Namor in it as well.
Yeah.
And the potential of Kraven.
That'd be interesting. I think if Kraven appears, they'd have to give him some sort of powers, because just basically Dog the Bounty Hunter, but for like totem people, is not that interesting, especially not in the MCU where like every other person has a power. Like you're just gonna get a Ulysses Claw situation.
Yep.
And gone and dead. And it's gonna be silly. Can't do my man Kraven like that. After that, we got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which I'm hearing interesting things about overall. Supposedly just announced, or just hinted at, rumored today, High Evolutionary is going to appear as an antagonist, but not the primary one. And somebody was on set, or was doing auditions in gold paint, in gold makeup. So we might actually get Adam Warlock, finally. Finally! Or sorry, we have to go by his first name. Him. The very first time he appears.
Artist?
No.
Oh. That's sad.
And then now we're getting a little bit of the announced but no time frame stuff overall. We've got Fantastic Four.
Which I don't believe has gone to casting yet.
Hope it's good. Hope it's good. It's all
yeah. We need a good one.
No Cloud. No Galactus Cloud.
Give me an Easter egg in Eternals for it. Because you've already got the Celestial in there that ties into Galactus.
Yeah.
All you need to do is salt it a little, like we talk about.
If you salt it too early, like if you do anything more than like the Far From Home, like Fantastic Four style Easter egg, people are.
That's what I'm talking. That's
pushed.
salt.
Yeah. If you give it a little bit, if you do anything more than a very light, only the nerds will catch it reference, you're gonna mess a bunch of stuff up.
Oh, absolutely.
Everyone's gonna go crazy.
All they have to say is, newly discovered planet seen destroyed.
Yeah.
On a news banner.
Yeah.
That's
or
it.
Something like.
Yeah, something small, something unnecessary.
Yeah.
That eagle-eyed viewers are going to see and go nuts for.
Be interesting. Next up, we got Blade, but we're going to talk about a little bit.
Blade is announced.
We've got
Muhammad.
Mahershala Ali.
Yeah, Mahershala Ali.
Who did he play in Luke Cage?
Rattlesnake or
Diamondback?
No, Diamondback was the main enemy.
Okay.
Sidewinder?
No, I don't remember. I'll let you look it up, but I'll go on the next one. We've got Captain America 4, which I don't know why that had to get announced. Like we weren't expecting that to happen.
Yeah, considering they told us it was happening at the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
when they changed the name of it, Cottonmouth. That's his name.
Cottonmouth. Something Snake Gang.
Yeah.
But yeah, why would you have to announce that? You said he was going to return. What, are you going to just have John Cheadle take over for him? After that, we got my favorite crazed mall security guard, Moon Knight,
which is currently being filmed.
Yeah,
I've seen some video.
We've heard some rumors. Supposedly the leaked costume, which looks like a deranged ketamine-infused moon priest.
I'm in.
Yeah. Supposedly we've got like the Midnight Man as a villain, maybe the Sun King. Nobody knows. It's too far out, and I think people should just keep their speculating a little bit low.
You know who's coming into it?
Howard the Duck?
No, he's already been in a lot. No.
Yeah, but he got shipped to Earth, probably.
Mephisto. He's going to be the ultimate villain. They've been teasing it for a while. It's going to be him.
Yeah. Spider-Man's costume is red.
Did you see that Shang-Chi might not have a Chinese release schedule now?
Yeah, supposedly some tweets came out from
the main star?
Simu Lee, I think is his name.
I think that's how you pronounce it. Oh no, he was calling China a third world nation. So China may not allow it to be released.
Well, have fun not seeing Shang-Chi in anything ever again. Gotta keep Daddy China happy.
Yeah.
Papa China. But, and I think you'd be excited, supposedly from the website I was looking at, I didn't do much more than just the one website. Secret Invasion.
It's already filming. They just started filming.
Hell yeah.
So it is ready to start. It is started.
It looks like
Samuel L. Jackson's return to the MCU.
And we get Talos, but it looks like we're getting the actual full Secret Invasion. That the Skrulls that we met in Captain Marvel were the outliers. Potentially.
That's going to be cool, if that's the case.
After that, we got Ironheart.
Yes. Riri Williams. I believe she's supposed to make a cameo in She-Hulk.
That'd be interesting.
She's going to make a cameo in...
One of them.
I think it's She-Hulk, but I might be wrong on that one.
It'll be Eternals, but she'll be be a little infant with a huge brain. Yeah, I'm excited because she makes an Iron Man suit. More or less, she makes rescue. No weapons, no nothing. Just saving.
And she's such an interesting character. I mean, 16-year-old girl, genius at MIT, who replicates Iron Man's armor and tech.
Yeah, in a garage with no better technology, and then makes it better than his.
Yeah.
And then, in the greatest segue ever, speaking of Iron Man, we've got Armor Wars.
Which is interesting how they're going to do it because supposedly Iron Wars is going to be led by Rhodey.
Yeah, it's probably going to be he's going to get a time delayed, like, in the case of my death, yada yada, and then get rid of the Iron Man technology from everybody who has it. Like, you can keep it, but other than that, which is pretty much what happened in the original Armor Wars series.
Right.
He starts freaking out, thinking who has it, and
then gets involved.
Yeah. Starts beating up Stiltman. Do you have Stark Tech?
We also get another season of Loki.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be a Phase 5. Because I believe that comes back next year, the year after, but I think it's next year.
We also have an animated I Am Groot series.
And we have What If, and I believe What If's going to come back for another season.
Oh, that already got announced. I think we got 2 more seasons coming out now. They pulled an Invincible.
And yeah, it was good and good numbers on it.
Oh yeah.
But these are really interesting that they've built all of this and are releasing it in such a almost a shotgun scattershot kind of way.
Yeah.
Like, get inundated with Marvel now.
Here's what you missed because of COVID.
Yeah.
Which, I mean,
but we're getting caught up very fast.
I'm not worried about it. I know there's like a reason. Like, I just feel like there's no filming locations
now
unless you have a park open now because Marvel has them all.
With the 4 open slots that just opened up with no announcements in there, one of the expected is, of course, X-Men.
I think it's a little too early.
Doctor Strange is rumored to be bringing in Xavier.
That would be interesting.
It's rumored that he's going to be in that one. Now,
I could see it. I don't know.
Well, you also have to understand that depends on how they bring him in. We're talking about the multiverse here. So
yeah, but then you're going to see, like, oh, God, Doctor Strange is going to come out. We're not going to immediately see Professor X in anything, no announcements. And then we're just going to see a bald guy in a wheelchair, like, hurt, like, oh, my head hurts. And everyone's going to freak out.
Yeah. Now, if they were to cast Xavier, since we know McAvoy's probably not going to be Marvel's choice for it, just because of the baggage that comes with the Fox X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
Who would you want to see in that role?
Man, this is always hard for me because I don't remember actors' names very well.
Yeah, but I do, and I can tell you where they're from.
Yeah, man. What would be good?
I'm going to go with one that's been a rumor for a while of getting somebody into the MCU who I think would do good in the role. Chris Pine.
I could see that, but would he be doing like Dawn of the X-Men or like First Class style where he's still walking and everything, or would he be doing something else?
We don't know. I mean, they could be going with what's going on currently in the X-Men runs.
That I don't know if that would be a good idea. Just all of a sudden the multiverse opens up and you just Krakoa, go. I don't know if it'd be that'd be the best idea. Would be cool though.
They can do it though. That's the thing is like I own a piece of this, I don't. But Marvel could do it relatively easy by just warping the multiverse.
Yeah.
It can happen because we have 2 or 3 movies specifically showing the multiverse.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Spider-Man No Way Home, you've got Doctor Strange Into the Multiverse of Madness, and then Ant-Man Quantumania. So 3 movies dealing with the quantum realm and the multiverse. So the possibilities of doing it are huge. So you could give us a younger Xavier, or you could give us wheelchair-bound Xavier, or you could give us young Xavier or new Xavier. So you've got multiple ways to go, but I think Chris Pine would be my choice for that role.
I can agree. I could see it. Who is Magneto though?
Oh, that's one where if they don't go with Fassbender, I'd actually be a little upset.
Yeah, he did such a good job.
He really did.
He had this power. He had the secret sauce.
He had the presence of Magneto, the arrogance of.
Yeah, he had
he had more arrogance in it than Sir Ian McClellan.
Yeah, he had the really play stupid games, win stupid prizes kind of vibe going on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But aside from him, that's not an easy answer. One who I think could pull it off, but maybe not with the flair of Fassbender, would be Zachary Quinto.
I could see that. I was thinking maybe Timothy Olyphant. He wouldn't be that bad.
He isn't a bad choice. However, he plays very sarcastic, and I don't know if that plays well into Magneto.
Yeah, but if we do like a younger before he's fully jaded, like he can still be jaded, but like before this full split happens.
But you'd
could do
really
that.
have to change his base. I mean, we were talking about this recently anyway.
Yeah.
On if we go that direction, it would have to be like two timelines folding in on each other as well at that point.
Pretty much.
Because
Just a full warping.
Yeah. And bringing a timeline that's actually exists during the 80s into 2023, which is where the MCU takes place right now. Which is funny, well, kind of sad that they did the time jump in Far From Home. And then realistically, we've had to keep up with that because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 2021. We're only a year and a half away from 2023. And we're getting there faster than I thought we possibly could.
Yeah.
Before things were back to normal.
Yeah.
But you could do it that way, like a 1987 version of Magneto, who did live during the Nazi internment camps. If you did that, you could get one of those two characters or one of those two actors to play the role quite easily.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have anything else on the MCU path?
Not from what I found.
Okay.
But do you have one that you'd want to see? What do you think? What would be your dream movie? So I tell you right now, because I've been on a kick about it and stuff like that. Give me something cosmic that's not like give me an in between of like Guardians of the Galaxy and like a big event like Annihilation or Annihilation Conquest or like Thanos Quest, stuff like that. Give me like an in between. Give me like something bigger. Give me potentially what Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is.
You know what I'd really love to see? Mojo World. I'd really love that being brought into the MCU.
That would make a perfect TV show.
Yeah. But seeing something like that, because that can lead you in so many different directions. I mean, I'd really also enjoy a good Spider-Man v. Venom SmackDown. But I don't know if those are in the cards.
Yeah.
Sadly. But in other news, they did release this week the trailer for Justice League Injustice.
Oh.
Yes. And it takes a different take. Joker forces Superman to kill Lois and their unborn child.
Does he do the thing he did in the comic books where he uses fear toxin to make it look like Lois is Doomsday?
They don't show, but I think so.
Okay, because that's what happens in the comics.
And he goes off the goddamn rails.
Does it show the scene of him going off the rails?
No.
Oh.
No, they're holding that. They show him ripping the wall off while Batman is interrogating Joker. And then nothing after that.
Yeah, all I'm going to say is...
Splat.
Ooh.
But you have Kevin Pollak who's playing Joker. Yeah.
What else did he do? I can't remember.
Did you ever see The Whole Nine Yards?
No.
Let me pull up a picture. That's Kevin Pollak. You've seen him in The Whole Nine Yards, The Usual Suspects, A Few Good Men. He's been in a lot.
In The Whole 10 Yards, too.
Yeah, the sequel. He was in The Marvelous Miss Maisel, which I know you haven't seen, but I find it to be a fascinating show. But he's been in a lot. I don't know if it would be stuff you would have watched. That's the sad part. Because you're in my...
Oh, he was in Shark... Or what the hell is that?
Shark Lumbo?
Oh, weird. I thought it was Sharknado. I was really excited.
You were excited that he was in that. He was in Cop Out.
Maybe I've seen that. I don't remember.
He was in The Santa Claus 3.
The Escape Clause? Yeah, I didn't watch that one. I don't even want to remember watching the Santa Claus 1.
The Drew Carey Show for a while. Casino.
Oh, I've actually watched the Drew Carey Show for a while.
He was Mr. Bell, the owner of the Voice.
Oh, the Drew Carey Show. I was thinking whose line is it anyway? I'm just dumb.
No. He was in Grumpy Old Man.
Okay,
but
let's just
great actor.
Yeah, let's just give up.
Yeah, great actor.
We've learned you can't educate me.
Yeah, no. You have, let's see, who else was in there that was notable? Jillian Jacobs as Harley Quinn. She's done a lot of voiceover acting, so you would have known her more for that. So face really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But really interesting. I mean, on an alternate Earth, the Joker has tricked Superman into killing Lois Lane, sending the Man of Steel into the darkest path. Within the world's most powerful being, ruling the world as a mad tyrant, it's up to Batman and his allies to liberate humanity. So, it's dark, and it comes out October 19th.
Really?
Yeah.
That fast?
So, it's coming out soon. And the one thing I will say, and it stands true to this day, DC animated movies
1,000 times better than their shows.
Are 1,000 times better than Marvel animated.
Yeah. Well, Marvel doesn't really do a lot of animated anymore.
No, but they've always been better.
Yeah.
They've always been more true to the comics than Marvel has.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
And they've always been more entertaining and better acted, better directed, better animated.
Yeah, it's because the second you get people in front of the screen, everyone's like, oh, God. It's just, I don't know how they mess up all the movies, but they do all of the animateds perfectly.
Yeah, but you're getting Batman, Superman, Damian Wayne, Jimmy Olsen, Green Lantern, Cyborg, Mr. Terrific, Killer Croc, Plastic Man, Harley Quinn, Mirror Master, Flash, Shazam, Nightwing, Aquaman, Joker, Jonathan Kent, Catwoman, Green Arrow, Victor Zsasz, Ra's al Ghul, Captain Atom, Wonder Woman, and a Mirror Master soldier. That's just in the announcement.
I am honestly surprised we're getting Mr. Terrific and Victor Zsasz.
Right?
But I didn't read Injustice much, so I don't know if Mr. Terrific figures into that a whole lot. I know pretty much everything else does. Every other character.
But I'm excited for that one.
Oh, yeah. Give me some more.
It looks dark, because Dark Apocalypse was amazing.
Yeah.
Or Apocalypse War. That was amazing. And if they just replicate that darkness, it's going to be a hands-down home run movie.
Oh, yeah. They're going to have to. That's the whole story. It's just brutal darkness.
If you're a PlayStation fan, this was the week to be a fan.
Oh, yeah, you got some good stuff. If you haven't
gotten a PlayStation 5 yet, be on the lookout, because we've got some good games coming. First one is, they dropped a trailer for Spider-Man 2, which mixes Spider-Man and Miles Morales together with two villains.
Oh, who do we got?
Kraven.
Oh.
And voiced by the original Candyman actor, Venom.
Oh, hoo-hoo.
Doing the proper "we are here. We are not afraid of you."
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Oh, I'm excited.
Yes. This one is a reason to pick up a PlayStation 5. If there's any reason, it was that one game.
Oh, yeah.
But there's more.
More?
We get God of War 5.
Oh.
Or God of War Ragnarok, I believe it's called.
I think so. You get Father and Son Simulator 2022.
And Fat Thor.
Boy.
Which people are upset about, but you said it earlier today.
Or I said it, late last night? Mimir in the game made tons of references to how he's gotten fat recently. And to be honest, if you go into the mythology, all you do when you hit the halls of Valhalla, you drink mead, that's it, you feast, then you go out and fight. But it's not practice fighting, it's just fight, die, and then you go back and you eat more and drink more.
Yeah.
That's it. Considering it's such high sugar and honey is super high in sugar, you're going to be fat. I'm surprised they don't have Thor with a diabetes, an insulin pump.
After that was, now they showed no game footage, not really any voiceover either, but you start off in a bar. People just laying everywhere. A man in jeans, plaid shirt, and a cowboy hat sitting at the bar.
Oh, it's Terminator 5?
You see somebody get up, pull out a knife. Guy at the bar puts his drink down, puts his hands down, and shink!
Oh.
The knives come out of the hand. Wolverine is coming. Marvel has made a deal with Sony.
Interesting.
To distribute Marvel games.
Interesting.
So these are PlayStation exclusives.
Yeah, gotta have to get a PlayStation now.
So it looks like, if I were to pontificate, to postulate, and other $5 words, I would say that this deal is Marvel taking control of all of the properties that both Marvel and Sony own in perpetuity, and allow Sony to go back to focusing on doing what they do best, and that is making hero video games.
Yeah.
And both Wolverine and Spider-Man 2 made by the same developer, Insomniac.
Oh.
Yes.
I was talking to somebody yesterday about the Wolverine game, and like, they didn't want just a straight hack and slash. And I was saying, and you might appreciate this, you could do it kind of like how they did Werewolf the Apocalypse.
Yeah.
A mix of stealth and fighting. Because Wolverine isn't just hack and slash.
And you can bring a lot more into it because, number one, Wolverine's smell.
Yeah, he can.
He has to, if they bring in the smell mechanic into the game to find out where the enemy is, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Follow the sense. Use it. He can hear incredibly well.
Yeah, he's got enhanced senses. He could do all that stuff like that. You could do a mixture. You could do kind of like a bit of a noir detective game, and then he goes and kills people. You could start it out in the Princess Bar in Madrigal as him as Patches. Do a whole bunch of stuff.
You can go down the Japanese storyline as well.
Just give us Weapon X, like just straight fresh out of escaping Crazy Helmet Man.
You know what? That wouldn't be bad in the beginning, actually.
No. Or as
where
like
he's seeing
flashback.
everything as he would through the helmet and having to use his other senses more, not knowing where he's going, and then time jump it.
Yeah.
Give us an introduction to the character that way. That's not bad. But if Marvel's pushing for a Wolverine game, it does lead well into MCU because they wouldn't make the game if they didn't have something planned. We know how Marvel works. They cancel a series to revive it for the movie or television property like they did with Ms. Marvel.
Yeah.
But the most exciting one out of the games for me, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic Remake.
Oh.
By Aspyr. It's no longer in the hands of BioWare or EA or anybody. It's new developers. They're redeveloping the entire game. Yes.
Really?
Yeah, it's not just a new skin on a dead body.
Dang.
It's a ground-up rebuild, remake. The
best they got is 480p.
You get to see in the announcement trailer, the only thing you see is Revan. And a voice that sounds very familiar. Yes. So if you've ever played the game and you watch the announcement trailer, you should probably recognize that voice as one of the allies. Yeah. And oh God, Revan looks so good in it. The mask has bits of metal showing through under the paint. Oh, it's good. Oh, it's real good. After that, I have a question for you.
Okay, I got an answer.
What's your favorite comic series of the year so far?
Do I want to be rude and take one of yours? Do I want to...
No, what have you been enjoying this year, the most of everything?
I always hate when I forget that I forget a question and I get put on the spot and my brain goes away. I mean, like, honestly, out of all the weird stuff, I haven't had an experience with it before, and it's gonna surprise you since I read so much indie stuff and not big too. I really like the Eternals. The Eternals book has been really good. It might not be my favorite because opinions change every day, but it is very good. Assad Ribic's art is just, you could put that on my walls as a poster, and I just, Every cover is great. Every panel is great. People look a little weird, but they're space gods.
Yeah, so they're going to.
Yeah.
If it were still going, I would say Carmen, but it wrapped up, and that's not it's not publishing now.
If it was still going on, you'd say Spider Shadow?
Oh, absolutely. All I needed was to film this 2 weeks ago, and I would have been good.
Yeah, just keep picking series that are dead.
Yeah. No, I'd actually would put...
American Vampire 1976?
Yeah, that one's over too. Rorschach as well. No, I would say of my favorites right now, I'm really digging War of the Bounty Hunter.
Yeah?
I'm really digging the ones that they're doing. The story's been interesting. It's been filling in some holes for long-term Star Wars fans, but it's well written.
It's adding in new stuff.
Yeah, it's not just the same shit painted over.
Yeah, they didn't polish a turd.
Yeah. It's writing new arcs in a finite amount of space. Because we know we're dealing with 3 years of time. Because this takes place post Empire Strikes Back, pre-Return of the Jedi. Because it's about finding the carbonite body of Han Solo, which is being auctioned off right now by...
Kira?
Well, she's in charge of the auction. So the Red Sun is involved a lot, and that's why she's getting her own, or the Crimson Sun. That's why she's getting her own series, Star Wars Crimson Rising. Or Crimson Reign. Because she's in charge post Darth Maul's death. But the books have been adding a lot, so it's been my favorite thus far. Like, story going on right now, because it's not just the same old Star Wars stories of what's Luke doing this week, which is what the Marvel series back in the 70s and 80s really suffered from.
Yeah.
Is not really world building, but
More or
just
less.
more character additions.
Monster of the Week, kind of.
Yeah. So that'd be my favorite right now. And if you haven't been reading War of the Bounty Hunter, I really suggest you do. It's such a good series. And this coming from a person who, I never read Star Wars comics. They weren't my thing. Now they are. Writing handles everything. If it wasn't that, it was going to be the current run of Thor.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Just Donny Cates. This is the series I take weekly.
Here's the problem, though. Donny Cates and his bullshit with everybody else going over to Substack and screwing over comic book stores. I will bitch about it till the end of time.
I gotta say, I think my favorite out of all the people who left is, that ever so famous writer. Not cover artist, not artist at all. That famous writer, Scotty Young.
Yeah, he's doing one good book.
Yeah, what, Strange Academy?
No. You Love Me in the Dark.
Oh,
Or The Me You Love in the Dark.
Yeah, but I haven't heard anything bad about Strange Academy either.
No, Strange Academy has a lot of people who like it.
Yeah.
But what else is he doing that he's going to go over there and change his entire goddamn world? No, he's going to ruin comic book, or they're attempting to ruin comic books. If they wanted to start an image revolution like McFarlane and everybody did
Just
back
make
in the
a new
day,
publisher.
do that.
Yeah, but
I'm good with that.
But they said they wanted to take the publisher out of the equation.
Which removes the comic store out of the equation, which removes collectors out of the equation, which takes fans out of the equation.
Yeah, because let's be honest, how many times have they tried to go digital and it never's worked?
Marvel tried it, died.
Yeah.
Marvel Unlimited still exists.
And some of the, like, a good bit of the time, if somebody wants to read stuff read stuff that they can't normally get in, I'll recommend that or Comixology and stuff like that. Because there is times where, it's easier, if you can get a copy of Amazing Fantasy 15 and you read it, I will personally come by and beat you.
Just broke records.
Huh.
A 9.6 sold for $3.5 million, the most expensive comic book in history. It has broken every record now.
Damn.
I know the weird stuff.
Damn, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Tom Holland got a $3 Subway sandwich from that.
Hand delivered by Jared.
Oh, no.
And then, last on the list, since we've shit on Substack, and I will continue to do so.
Yeah, but
Because I won't read anything they put out there.
to quote one of the people that one of our customers who's a good friend, James Tinian's making the worst idea ever doing it, because out of all the stuff James Tinian writes, people really only like the fiction spooky stuff.
Yeah.
And James Tinian is off to go and write, for 2 years supposedly, non-fiction alien encounters.
Yeah, right? Which, cool for a podcast.
Yeah, do a podcast.
Which we're doing.
Do a documentary.
Which we're doing.
But but if you're known for spooky, weird comic books that mind bend and stuff like that, don't do that.
No, you're shitting on your bread and butter.
Yeah.
to make something no one's going to pay money to read.
Yeah, like if I could do a bundle, like a cheap bundle to get all of it, or even better, find it on the internet for free, which is probably what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You can find Marvel Comics 2 days beforehand online if you really want to. It's not that hard.
It really isn't.
No, but like I don't want to pay $250 to get maybe 4 or 5 releases a year. I spend less than $12 and I get James Tynion's 2 best works.
Yeah.
Monthly.
Now, following up into our last story of the night. Do you want to take this one? You know more about it.
I remember what it is.
Luckily, I have notes.
Ah, good. Thank you. Oh, God.
This is very poignant for this week.
Yeah, just overall, especially since the person has gotten draw-int.
Yeah.
So, Steve, do you like the Immortal Hulk run, like, overall? Like, I know
The concept, yes, I don't read it.
Yeah.
But I love the concept. I love the art.
A deep dive.
I love the concept of Banner and Hulk being separate but equal.
Yeah, being the same but different, and the fact that there's a reorganization, shuffling of the personalities and the different Hulks and everything. So it's funny you said you like the art, because we're probably never going to see that artist again. Did you hear what happened and all the stuff?
Well, in Hulk 43, Immortal Hulk number 43, he was drug online hard.
He was raked over the coals.
Yes, because in the window of one of the stores in reverse, instead of writing out jewelry, he wrote out jewelry. Now, people came to his defense and going, well, he's from like Brazil or Argentina.
Something like that. He's not.
English isn't his first language, so
Yeah.
we can forgive him for a mistake.
Yeah, for a
It
single,
was recalled.
for a letter, for like a letter.
Yeah. But that's not the whole story.
Yeah, turns out some art from 2017 came out, and it's he has drawn a political cartoon where the president of Brazil, whose name escapes me because I don't really care that much about Brazil, is riding a perfectly beautiful horse, decapitating his political rivals, and they're drawn in a very anti-Semitic way, to say the
Look like
best.
Orthodox Jews.
Yeah, large noses, the whole 9 yards, everything.
The caricature, the stereotypical
Yeah.
Orthodox Jewish male representation in previous media, especially Nazi-era propaganda.
Yeah. Yeah. So Al Ewing goes out, states that after Immortal Hulk issue 50, which comes out in, I think, 3 weeks, no more. He will never work with Joe Bennett ever again.
Good for him.
2 days later, he got drawn at Marvel. They have replaced him on the Timeless event that's going to be focusing on Kang the Conqueror. He has been replaced on every single thing, and he has no further contracts with Marvel from here on out.
And that's a good thing.
Yeah, because you can have some everyone can agree to disagree, stuff like that. Like
You can agree to disagree on religion.
yeah,
You can agree to disagree on politics.
yeah,
You can agree to disagree on gender identity at times.
yeah.
Like going, I don't understand,
I don't
but
know.
it doesn't matter to me. Or
Yeah.
whatnot. You can't do the it's wrong.
Yeah.
No, it's wrong for you. There's fine lines of agree to disagree. Racism isn't an agree to disagree.
No.
Racism is you don't belong in humanity.
Yeah. It's not a good thing, and to think that somebody who has been at the head, like in the co-pilot seat of one of my favorite like long form comics overall, it doesn't feel good.
No.
No.
Not knowing what he knows. It's like finding out your favorite author was just a pseudonym for Hitler.
Yeah. Or
Or one of your favorite actors was found out to be a rapist.
yeah.
And that's happened a lot too.
It's happening a lot.
And you have to, in those situations, you have to do the best for you. And that is to separate the artist from the art.
Mm-hmm.
And I do it all the time. I'm a huge Kevin Smith fan.
Yeah.
Huge. I will still watch Kevin Smith movies even though they're Weinstein movies or they're from his previous company.
Yeah.
Because I'm not watching Weinstein.
Yeah, you're not watching it for that. You're watching it for Kevin Smith.
Yeah. So separating the two.
Yeah. And
watching James Franco, it's harder now.
Yeah.
Because of what he's been accused of allegedly doing.
Mm-hmm.
We got to be careful with our wording.
Yeah.
Or Danny Masterson, rewatching that 70s show after what he's been accused of doing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not easy, but it's necessary.
Mm-hmm.
You know, watching Kevin Spacey movies and shows. Separating the two, it takes a lot of effort. Unless you feel that strongly about it, which I do on a few actors, but for different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
I won't watch anything with Carlos Mencia in it, but luckily he's been canceled anyway.
Hey.
So, but I won't watch anything he's involved in. Stealing from, accused of, with evidence of stealing from comics.
Mm.
And that's one of the biggest entertainment faux pas you can make. So I stand with comics, especially comics that he was friends with. You know, I might not like certain comics. Like, I'm not a Dane Cook fan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like his comedy, but I don't not watch movies he's in.
Yeah.
I mean, he's in one of my favorite superhero movies, Mystery Men.
Oh,
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
he's the waffler
Huh.
when they're doing superhero tryouts.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
So he's not one that I've said I won't watch movies for.
Yeah.
I just don't like his comedy. But if you steal from other comedians, and there's been rumors he's done it too, but it's never been as large.
Mm-hmm.
But I will stand on my, that's the hill I'll die on, is I won't watch anything with Carlos Mencia in it.
Yeah.
It's the only time I can't separate art and artist. But aside from that, you just have to come to terms that you like the Immortal Hulk and the art doesn't represent, aside from that one panel in one issue, doesn't represent the person.
Yeah.
That one panel in the one issue represents who he is. And I'm glad that he did it so that we could find out.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to see an anti-Semite making their way in the comic book world, considering during the 60s, it was one of the few places at the time that Jewish men could flex their creativity. A lot during that time moved to Hollywood as well, so the creative industries were really the only places outside of traditional lawyer or doctor that they were really accepted in, because the old saying of you get yourself a good a Jewish lawyer because they'll fight harder for you. Those stereotypes. It was the only way you could break out of those stereotypes, or find the Jewish doctor because they're better doctors. They spent more time, they did this, they did that. That American anti-Semitism that is coded on the inside that nobody ever really discusses. It was one of the few places they could go where they, where the creativity could come apart and they could have a voice that wasn't just one of two industries. And so to shit on that history of comic books, I hope he never gets a job again.
Yeah. I'm nervous DC's going to make a big mistake and not read the news and just pick them up. Maybe the Comicsgate guys will...
Jim Lee will wake up and realize.
From his nap.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Put It on the Batcard. We'll be back with more? Question mark?
Maybe?
All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll check you next time.
I'm turning off the mic.
I'm gonna